I, 29 male, packed up my stuff and moved out of the apartment I've been paying for while my now ex-girlfriend Sienna, 27, was at her weekly spa appointment, the one I also paid for. After 2 years of being told I'm the problem whenever I asked basic questions about our relationship, I finally took her at her word. Problem solved. I removed myself from the equation. We'd been together 3 years. First year was great. She worked retail, I worked IT. We split things fairly, had fun, normal relationship stuff. Then she got laid off. Just temporarily, she said. I offered to cover rent and bills while she job searched. No big deal. Partners support each other. That was 2 years ago. The job search turned into, I need to find myself first. Then, I'm focusing on my wellness journey. Then traditional work doesn't align with my values. Meanwhile, I'm covering rent on a 2-bedroom apartment, $1,800 per month. All utilities and bills. Groceries, only organic OBS. Her car payment and insurance, $450 per month. Her gym membership, $120 per month. Weekly therapy, $200 per session. Bi-weekly spa treatments, $150 each. Her self-care budget, roughly $500 per month on various things. I make decent money, about $75,000 a year, but supporting 2 people in an expensive city was killing me. I had 0 savings, living paycheck to paycheck while she posted Instagram stories about manifesting abundance and grateful for this blessed life. Every time I try to talk about budgets or her getting even a part-time job, I was the problem. I was blocking her energy. I was being controlling. I was not supporting her growth. Last week was the final straw. I came home exhausted after pulling a 12-hour shift fixing a server crisis. She was on the couch doing an expensive face mask, watching Netflix. Hey, the credit card got declined at the grocery store. I had to use my debit card, I said. Ugh, you're always so negative when you come home. Your energy is really affecting my peace. I'm just telling you what happened. We're over the limit again. She paused her show and looked at me with this condescending expression. You know what? You're the problem. You're always the problem. Your scarcity mindset is literally toxic. What does that even mean? I'm asking about our budget. See? There you go again. Problem, problem, problem. Maybe if you weren't so focused on money all the time, you'd actually be happy. I focus on money because I'm the only one making any. She stood up, face mask still on, looking ridiculous. I'm done with this conversation. I'm going to Kendra us. I can't be around your toxic masculinity right now. She grabbed her Louis Vuitton bag, guess who bought that, and left. Didn't come back that night. I sat there in our apartment, my apartment, and looked around. Everything was stuff I'd paid for. The furniture, the art on the walls, the 65-inch TV she needed for her meditation videos. I was killing myself to maintain her lifestyle while being told I was the problem. Fine, I'll solve the problem. Next day, while she was at her standing spa appointment, I packed all my stuff, called the landlord and gave 30 days notice. Lease was month to month in my name only. Canceled all the subscriptions and services in my name. Removed her as an authorized user on my credit cards. Stopped the automatic transfer that funded her checking account. Changed my passwords on all streaming services. I left a note. You're right. I was the problem. Problem solved. The apartment is paid through the end of the month. After that, it's all yours. Best of luck on your journey. Then I moved into a buddy's spare room. $600 per month, utilities included. First time in 2 years I could breathe financially. The call started 3 hours later. I didn't answer. The text came next. Where are you? Why is Netflix not working? Did you seriously leave? This isn't funny. We need to talk about this like adults. You can't just leave. I'm calling the police. Please answer me. I didn't mean it like that. You're overreacting. I sent one text back. You said I was the problem. I removed the problem. Good luck. Then I muted her number. Not blocked. I wanted the evidence if she escalated, but muted. According to our mutual friend Janine, who's staying neutral but keeping me informed, Sienna spent the first 2 days convinced I was bluffing. She told everyone I was having a mantram and would come crawling back. When the spa called to confirm her next appointment and mentioned her card was declined, reality started setting in. That's when the real entitlement kicked in. But I'll save that for the update. Just needed to get this off my chest. 2 years of being told I'm the problem while bankrolling someone's entire life. Well, problem solved, Sienna. Hope your manifestation practice includes rent money. Update 1. Holy crap, the entitlement escalation has been wild. Thanks for all the support on my first post. Some of you called exactly what would happen, and you were 100% right. So after the spa cancellation reality check, Sienna went through what I can only describe as the 5 stages of entitled grief. Stage 1, denial. She legitimately thought I'd cave after a few days. Kept posting on Instagram like nothing happened. Living my best life. 2 heart sparkles with selfies in the apartment. Janine told me she was telling people we were taking space to grow individually and that I was on a business trip. Stage 2, anger. When a Netflix, Hulu/HBO/Disney Plus all stopped working on the same day, she lost it. Sent me 73 text messages in 2 hours. Highlights include, "You're financially abusing me. I'll sue you for abandonment. You OWE me alimony. We were basically married. I'm going to tell everyone what kind of man you really are. Ma'am, we were never married. There's no common law marriage in our state. And tell everyone what, exactly? That I stopped paying for your life?" Stage 3, bargaining. This was pathetic. She tried everything. "If you come back, I'll consider maybe looking for a part-time job eventually. We can make a chore chart so you don't feel so overwhelmed. I'll cut back to spa visits once a month. I'll only shop at Whole Foods for special occasions." Notice she never offered to actually get a job immediately or pay for anything herself. Stage 4, manipulation. When bargaining failed, she got creative. Claimed she was pregnant. Sent her a congratulations text and a link to Wick. She admitted she lied within an hour. Sick with a mysterious illness that required expensive treatment. Being evicted illegally. I forwarded her the landlord's number. Suicidal. I called 911 for a wellness check. She was pissed but fine. Stage 5, desperation. This is where it gets good. Remember her car? The one I've been paying for? Well, the payment was due 5 days after I left. She had no money to pay it. She actually had the audacity to text, "The car payment is due. I know you're mad, but you can't let my credit get ruined. That's just cruel." Your credit? The loan is an MY name because you had no income when we got it. I paid it to protect MY credit and immediately started the process to sell it. But here's where Sienna really showed her true colors. Instead of, getting a job, she... Attempt 1. Started a GoFundMe. Help a domestic abuse survivor rebuild her life. She raised $45, mostly from her mom and aunt. The comments were brutal. "Didn't you post pics from the spa last week? Domestic abuse? Girl, you paid your bills. Maybe try Indeed.com instead." Attempt 2. Try to sell my stuff. Posted MY Gaming Console, My Kitchen Appliances, and MY Electronics on Facebook Marketplace. From the apartment I was still technically paying for. I had receipts for everything and reported the post as fraud. They got taken down. Attempt 3. The sugar daddy route. Changed her dating profiles to looking for a generous man who understands a queen's worth. Janine saw her on 3 different apps. The bios all mention needing someone who isn't afraid of investing in their partner's growth. But the peak entitlement came yesterday. I get a call from an unknown number. It's a life coach named Crystal with an E, she emphasized. "Hello, is this Thomas?" "Yes." "Hi, I'm calling on behalf of my client, Sienna. She's hired me to help mediate your relationship transition." "She hired you? With what money?" "That's not relevant. I'm here to help you both find a path forward that honors both your journeys." I found my path. It doesn't include paying for someone who calls me toxic for having a budget. Thomas, abandonment is a form of abuse. You left Sienna without resources. She's 27 years old. She has 2 degrees. She's able-bodied. The resource she lacks is called a job. I sense a lot of hostility. I sense a scam. How much is she paying you? We've arranged a deferred payment plan based on the settlement we'll negotiate. I laughed. Actually laughed. Settlement? For what? Breaking up with my girlfriend? Good luck with that. Click. This morning, I woke up to an email. From a law firm. My heart stopped for a second. Then I read it. It wasn't even on official letterhead. Just a Gmail account pretending to be Sterling Legal Associates, demanding I pay Sienna $50,000 for a breach of implied cohabitation contract and intentional infliction of emotional distress. I forwarded it to my actual lawyer friend. His response, "Lemieux, this is fake as hell. Also illegal. Want me to send a real cease and desist?" Yes. Yes, I do. The apartment lease ends in 9 days. Sienna still has no job, no income, and no plan beyond manifest abundance and find a man who deserves me. Janine just texted me. Girl, she's trying to sell her used Lululemon on Poshmark now. Listed for retail price. Skull. The entitlement is astronomical. We'll update when she gets the real legal letter or the eviction notice arrives. Update 2. The lease ended. Sienna is out. And boy, did she go out swinging. First, let me update you on the cease and desist situation. My lawyer friend sent a beautifully worded letter to both Sienna and her fake law firm explaining that impersonating a law firm is a crime. Attempted extortion is also a crime. Any further contact would result in actual legal action. The fake law firm email disappeared immediately. Probably because it was just Sienna's friend Destiny pretending to be a lawyer. We tracked the IP address. Came from the same coffee shop where Destiny works. Genius criminal masterminds, these two. But that was just the appetizer. The main course came when move-out day approached. Day -5. Sienna finally accepted this was real. Sent me an itemized bill for services rendered during our relationship. I kid you not, she invoiced me for emotional labor, $25 per hour x 3 years. Household management, $30,000 per year. Intimacy coordinator, $50,000 total. Social planning, $15,000 per year. Total, $186,000. She actually calculated what she thought being a girlfriend was worth and sent me an invoice. Through Venmo, as a payment request. I declined it with a note. LOL. Day -3. She tried to rent the apartment herself. Called the landlord pretending I died, and she needed to take over the lease as my common-law wife. The landlord called me very concerned. I had to prove I was alive. When he told her I was very much not dead and she wasn't on the lease, she cursed him out. He's now planning to sue her for harassment. Day -2, the car got repossessed. I'd stopped making payments and told the bank where to find it. She filmed herself crying next to the tow truck, posted it on TikTok with Day in the life of a girl whose ex stole her car. The comments. Was the car in your name? No, but then he didn't steal it, sis. She deleted the video after an hour. Day -1, panic mode. She rented a U-Haul with whose money? Mystery. And tried to take everything from the apartment. And I mean everything. The shower curtain, the toilet paper, the light bulbs. She was literally unscrewing outlet covers when the landlord showed up for the move-out inspection. He called me. Your ex is trying to take the smoke detectors. Is she okay? She told him those were her smoke detectors. The ones that came with the apartment. That she was taking what she was owed. He threatened to call the cops. She left the smoke detectors but took all the batteries. Moving day. I had to be there for the final walkthrough. Brought 2 buddies as witnesses. Good thing, too. Sienna was there with her support squad, Destiny, Kendra, and her mom. The apartment was trashed. Not damaged, just filthy. Food left out, trash everywhere, bathroom disgusting. Like she deliberately made it as gross as possible. Her mom saw me and immediately started. How could you do this to my baby? She gave you the best years of her life. She gave me bills, Margaret. Lots and lots of bills. She loved you. She loved my credit card. Then Sienna tried one last Hail Mary. If you love me at all, you'd at least give me first month's rent for a new place. You know I can't afford anything right now. Get a job. That's financial abuse. No, it's called being an adult. The landlord documented everything, told her she's not getting the security deposit back that I paid, and that she owes $1,400 in damages and cleaning fees. Her response? I don't have any money. This is Thomas's apartment, and you're the tenant who trashed it, the landlord said. The lease agreement you're on as an occupant makes you liable. She tried to storm out dramatically, but remembered she no longer had a car. Had to wait for her mom to drive her. Kill the vibe. But here's the best part. Yesterday, I'm at a sports bar with some friends. Walk in and see Sienna working there as a waitress. First job in 2 years. She sees me, freezes. I wave. Sit in her section. Because I'm petty like that. She has to serve us. Has to be nice. Has to bring me my wings and beer with a smile because she needs the tips. Hey Sienna, didn't know you worked here. Good for you, joining the workforce. She forced a smile so hard I thought her face would crack. What can I get you? I ordered. Tip 20% because I'm not a monster. But I wrote on the receipt. See? Working isn't so toxic after all. Smiling face with smiling eyes. My buddy overheard her complaining to another waitress later. That's my ex. He literally ruined my life. I had to move back with my MOM. I'm 27. The other waitress. Why did he ruin your life? He stopped paying for everything and abandoned me. The other waitress. So he stopped giving you free money? It wasn't free. I was his girlfriend. The other waitress just walked away. Today I signed a lease on my own one-bedroom apartment. Small but mine. I have a savings account again. I can afford to go out sometimes. I'm not stressed about money constantly. Meanwhile, according to social media, public profiles, I'm not stalking. Sienna is living with her parents, working full-time at the sports bar, selling her designer bags on Poshmark at realistic prices now, posting motivational quotes about starting over and Phoenix rising from ashes. The funniest post. Sometimes the universe removes people from your life who are holding you back from your true potential. Grateful for new beginnings. Dizzy. The audacity. I was holding you back. From what? Professional couch sitting? Her mom messaged me one last time. I hope you're happy. She cries every night. She can cry into her paychecks now. Blocked. Final update. This is the last update because the Sienna saga has reached its ridiculous conclusion. Remember how she was working at the sports bar? Well, that lasted exactly 3 weeks. Not because she quit, because she got fired. For what, you ask? She gave out her Venmo handle to male customers with little notes saying, tips appreciated outside of work too. 2 hearts. Management found out when a customer complained. Apparently, she told one guy that she was struggling because her abusive ex left her with nothing, and he felt uncomfortable. But before she got fired, something amazing happened. I was out with friends, different sports bar, didn't want to make a habit of running into her when I get a text from a number I don't recognize. Hey, is this Thomas? I'm Craig. I met your ex Sienna at sports bar. She gave me your number as a reference. A reference? For what? I had to know. Reference for what exactly? She applied to be my personal assistant. Said you could vouch for her work ethic and organizational skills. I almost spit out my beer. This woman who hadn't worked in 2 years, who couldn't even keep our apartment clean, wanted me to be a job reference? Craig, I have to be honest. We dated for 3 years. In that time, she worked a total of 0 days. I have no idea what her work ethic is like because I've never seen it. Oh, she said she was your personal assistant and managed your household. She was my unemployed girlfriend who I supported financially. That's it. Wow. Okay. Thanks for the honesty. No problem. Can I ask why she gave you my number? She said you'd give her a glowing review because you felt guilty about abandoning her. The delusion. The delusion. Craig thanked me and hung up. Later found out through the grapevine that Sienna told people I sabotaged her job opportunity out of spite. No, Sienna, you sabotaged it by lying. After getting fired from the sports bar, she tried. MLM Hun Life. Started selling essential oils. Posted constantly about being a boss babe and CEO of her own life. Made exactly 1 sale. To her aunt, who asked for a refund. Fitness influencer. Decided she was going to become an Instagram fitness coach despite not having any fitness qualifications. Posted exactly 3 workout videos before giving up. My favorite comment. Girl, you're doing that exercise completely wrong. Life coach. Because apparently failing at life qualifies you to coach others. Made a website on Wix. Listed her credentials as School of Life and Spiritual Awakening Survivor. 0 clients. But the grand finale? Oh, the grand finale was perfect. Last week, I'm scrolling Facebook and see Sienna is in a relationship with some new guy. Let's call him Richard. Richard looks about 45, drives a Porsche, it's in every photo, and owns several businesses. 2 days later, Janine texts me, "You have TO, see this." Sends me screenshots from a group chat where Sienna is bragging about her new CEO boyfriend, who is nothing like my toxic ex, and how she's finally being treated like the queen I am. She goes on and on about the expensive dinners, the shopping trips, how he understands that a real man provides, and how she's never dating a broke boy again. Then someone in the group chat drops a bomb. Sienna, isn't Richard married? Radio, silence. Turns out Richard is married. Very married. Like, has 3 kids and a pregnant wife married. And Sienna knew. When confronted, her response was legendary. Monogamy is a social construct. I can't help if he realizes his worth with me. His wife clearly wasn't meeting his needs. The woman who couldn't meet her own basic needs is talking about meeting someone else's. The group chat exploded. Even her ride or die friends were disgusted. Destiny called her out. Kendra blocked her. Her own mom commented, "Sienna, this is not how I raised you." But wait, it gets better. Richard's wife found out. How? Because Sienna posted a picture wearing a bracelet Richard gave her and tagged the jewelry store. The wife follows that jewelry store. Saw the post. Recognized her husband's credit card purchase. The wife didn't just confront Richard. She went nuclear. Posted everything on Facebook. Screenshots of Sienna's text to Richard talking about their future together and how she deserves to be spoiled after what my ex put me through. The wife's post went semi-viral in our city. 5,000 plus shares. Sienna got dragged in the comments. Had to delete all her social media. Richard dumped her immediately. Went back to his wife, begging for forgiveness. But not before his wife sued Sienna for alienation of affection. Yes, that's still a thing in our state. Sienna is now unemployed again. Friendless. Even Destiny won't talk to her. Being sued by a married woman. Living in her mom's basement. Selling feet pics online. Found her ad on a random site. Nearly died laughing. Her mom reached out to me one last time. "I'm sorry for everything my daughter put you through. You were right to leave. She needs to grow up, and I've been enabling her for too long." Plot twist. Even her MOM is done with her BS. The last thing I heard through the remnants of our mutual friend group, Sienna is planning to move to another state for a fresh start, where people understand her worth. Good luck to whatever state gets her next. As for me, I'm doing great. Got promoted at work. Turns out being less stressed improves performance. Who knew? Dating a sweet girl named Amanda who has her own job, pays her own bills, and has never once called me toxic for having a budget. Sienna was right about one thing. I was the problem. The problem was I enabled her for way too long. Problem solved indeed. Thanks for following this wild ride, Reddit. Remember, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when they tell you you're the problem, sometimes the solution is simply to leave. Victory hand. Edit. Just saw Sienna's new Twitter. She's using a fake name. Bio says Survivor. Phoenix. Rising above toxic masculinity and financial abuse. The delusion continues. Faced with tears of joy. Edit 2. Amanda read this whole saga and said, "Thank God she let you go so I could find you. I'm going to marry this girl."